think where I wanted to land was just to say, well, how do we go about performing automation? So the main thing I want to tell you is that the biggest problem users have is what I would call operational self-awareness. So staff members tend to be in a mode where they're just going about, they just want to get the job done, right? They just want to fill in the form. They just want to take the next step, and they just keep going in the same way they've always done it. So why are we doing it this way? Well, it's the way we've always done it. And having operational self-awareness means that you need to take a pause and actually ask yourself, why are we doing it this way in the year 2025? Is there a better way to do this? And I think the main question you can ask yourself is, where in the business are we spending most of our time performing repetitive tasks? If you can answer that question, you can make tremendous savings over the long term by automating those processes. And very often, it can be as simple as designing a Microsoft Forms form. It doesn't need to be a very complicated system that you go and buy on the internet to try and address a problem. So having that operational self-awareness, I would say, is absolutely key. Some people, are not interested, but I think that I think most of the users in this webinar, you're in a position where it makes sense for you to develop that skill or develop a team that has that ability. The second point I have on here is to schedule automation meetings. So if you just booked in, if you don't know where to start and you just booked in a meeting once a month, once every 2 months, with a group of people within your management team, to just ask the question, where are we wasting time? Where are we, spending a lot of time capturing data that it can be made a lot easier? And you'll very quickly out of that draw up a list that can then be prioritized in terms of how much value it would give you. And then, you can look to either develop those systems yourself, or you can involve us to assist you with that. And then obviously, as I say, point number 3 is to get help. We're more than happy to book in a consultation with you at a convenient time, and we can talk through some of the challenges you may be facing and give you some suggestions. There are some problems that can take quite a bit of investment to solve, but very often you might find that there are some very high impact opportunities that can be addressed with very low development cost or investment.